Hey guys, just in the shop, casually hanging out on this hot ass day.
It's so hot.
Guess what, y'all? We see all the time, all these comments, whether it be on this form or that form, or that one or this one or this one, and this is that, and that versus this. Anyway, oh my God, we could do this a whole lot cheaper, or I know this guy who could do it cheaper, or man, I can't believe it costs X amount when you guys come out with a kit for, say, this machine. Well, with that being said, we're gonna give you a little taste of what it costs to go custom. And this is not a flex video, because we're all broke. Thanks a lot, hobbies.
Roll intro.
So for starters, we're starting with the Rhino. This is actually the cheaper of the builds I think we have in the shop, minus the old Yada, but we're not gonna get into that one. This one here, full custom, with the Gerb on the, you know, off the leash going wild on this. Most of you, if you don't know how to fab, or don't know a fabricator, or if you're not mechanically inclined and don't know any mechanics, you're gonna need a freaking 101 do-it-all foreman. For us, we've got blessed with a mulleted red beard. If you don't have that, you're gonna be out of pocket. That's off the bat. Now on the Rhino, we've done videos. If you don't know what we're talking about, there is a walk around video. Those of you like, oh, what's this, that, and the other, just go check that video out. And I say that with all due respect, just because I don't want to go. That's not what this video is about. Just letting you know, portals. These used Gen 1s for a Terex, I got them at 1,200 bucks. That's probably give or take. I don't know what the market is on used freaking portals. So that's just the portals. Like I said, that's $1,200 and 4 portals. That's, I think, including the rebuild kit.
We'll put a little tally counter here on just parts. Because
like I said, we're out nothing right now. I mean, other than a lot of PP touches and trying to make it right on him and covering stuff for him when we can and try to really make him happy when he asks for stuff. And like, I mean, when we can, we try. But he's really like the sweetest man.
So anyway,
okay, so just jumping in back into this, brake lines. That was like, I think discounted like for all of them. What did we pay, like 70 bucks, Aaron? Yeah, like 70 bucks from Hose Fast and Garland. Shout out to y'all. And they hooked it up because we have a mutual friend. Tie rod ends, custom made from yours truly. Over there, Aaron. So out nothing. I even got the material free because I know how to freaking source and talk to people.
Now, if you had to guesstimate, if you were to get a tie rod or made, whatever, custom, how much do you think that would run?
Oh, dude, you're looking at probably a couple $100. I mean, especially to get this material. Like, it's nothing special. It's just a really thick aluminum. Probably a couple $100 there. This lift, when it first came out, I want to say they State Line was charging upwards of like $2 grand for this sucker. I could be wrong. They're not in business anymore. I got this free because I swapped the guy for his factory stuff. So I'm out nothing there. Axles, believe it or not, these sons of bitches right here are $575, old son. That's per axle. That's where it got really expensive and really hurtful. To move over to here, even though we're in the middle of redoing it, the stock clutch, bought a clutch kit. JBS, shout out.
Machine sheave, the slugs for the wet clutch, all kinds of stuff, weights, springs, the whole nine. I think it was like 450 bucks, to be honest.
I don't remember spending that much, so I guess I'm a sucker, because guess what? JBS is now getting $500 and I think $40 of my hard-earned money for a complete wet clutch setup. We're replacing all of that. That's why it's in pieces. If you watched the Muddy Bottoms video when we were last out there, that's what was wrong with it. I hope. I mean, and this is not stuff that you need to go custom, but I mean, if you're talking your speakers, your amps, the switches, the wiring, play buttons and stuff like that, I mean, all that adds up. I mean, stupid horns, stupid lights, God dang, I couldn't tell you if if I had to add up like receipts just of what I have in this one, and this is on the, I'm talking about bare cheap end, dude. I'm a few grand into this just to get the rhino here, and everybody's like, oh, it can't be that bad. I mean, it looks so simple. Okay. Oh. I'm telling you, it's not that it's hard. It's that even though this is an old machine, it's still a lot of money. But that, like I said, this is just the rhino. I'm gonna take this right here. I'm gonna let this dude tell you about his freaking cringy story right here, because this is the freaking cheap end. This is the cheap stuff.
See, and that just to give a recap. This is the
Budweiser build. This over here, this is your freaking Miller Lite, your top shelf beer. Yeah, I said Miller Lite's top shelf. Y'all better sponsor us while I'm drinking this Yellow Belly. But like I said, this is all low side. This is all cheap stuff. This is petty shit to what's going on over here. And this is where I get behind the camera. Let me let Alan tell his little story.
What you got, old son?
I don't even know that it's really a story per se. It's just get you friends that can con you into spending money, because that's what happened to me.
I'm gonna pause you right there real quick. I warned this guy. I was like, just so you know. Anyway, pause back in. Just jump right back in.
So, coming into a full custom build rather than, I mean, a lot of you gave us hell on the old, hey, how come you guys didn't use Terex arms on this? Just to reference and cut that page here. If you guys want to go a cheaper route with this, you can. That's kind of what we did with the Rhino there, where there's just a little bit of adjustment, but everything bolts up a little easier. Here, you get into custom arms. This is all metal that you have to buy. Metal ain't cheap, especially in the pandemic.
Especially this stuff, which, sorry to cut you off again.
Not Dookie tape.
Yeah, State Line Lift used Dookie pipe, which we found out.
What did you get? What did the GURB
what did
talk you into? Back over here. Who's fucking telling us what it is? Who is it?
You're not that guy.
You're not that guy.
I'm not that guy. DOM tubing, 1.25 inch 120 wall, and it is not cheap.
I think for 4 sticks of 40 feet, essentially, they were 10-foot sections. I got 4 tubes for like $300 something. And mind you, a lot of it's on the floor, as you can see, because it's not cookie cutter. We had to, and you'll see in our last video, if you haven't checked that out, that's just what happens. You test and try and you waste material, and then it all adds up. We have to buy more material. That alone, again, if you're just talking about suspension, yeah, $300-400 may not seem that expensive, but now if you got your buddy out in the woods, wherever, Uncle Rick, out here welding it for you, and he ain't gonna charge you $65 to $95 in labor just designing something. Aaron, how many hours do you think you have logged in just the shop? This isn't even including what we did at
the garage. Yeah. I'm probably about 80 hours in. You can't see me because of the sun.
I got you, baby.
Yeah, I'm probably at least 80 hours in it here, just here at the shop. Not to mention another, I don't know, 20 hours at the house.
So
just
let's round it up and say 100, and let's just call Aaron the cheapest mechanic out there. Sorry,
which I am.
Fabricator. Yeah, for free.
You slut.
Let's say
you guys are getting paid?
Even 100 hours login for, let's say, $25 if you were lucky enough to find somebody to do it for that. Now you get into shocks. Custom shocks, reused. These we sold off of this Fox, I mean, ignore the sticker, but Fox Racing shocks off a Razor 900. Used, not even brand new, set me back $750. And yes, you probably might find them cheaper, but that's what we paid for them. So now at $2,500, at $750, the cost of your actual bike, which you may have already gone into, will go back into axles again. Similar, $575 a piece, or every corner. You got 4, about $2 grand there. Now we're already about $4 grand. We're half the budget of the Rhino. And the portals, brand new 8s. You can't really find those used. Those were $4,000.
So what's your grand total with the portals included now?
So look, contrary to being Asian, I'm terrible at math. So let's say $2,500 plus just $750 for shocks plus $4 grand for portals. So that's, yeah, 25. We're at $7,250, and that's not including brake lines yet. That's not including clutches. That's not including carb work or.
You have a clutch kit in there. You've already bought one.
Yeah,
okay.
It's just a basic spring.
It is a basic spring kit, but you need to include that in what you got in.
Still $300. So yeah, that was that. So let's continue that. $300 for the clutch kit. Brake lines, which we said probably will cost us around $75. Man, what else do we got?
Your wheel
Axles,
wells.
We got the axles. Oh, wild boar wheel
Your foot
wells.
wells, sorry, not
to
wheel
be
wells,
able
foot
to
wells.
fit the ginormous tires that we're gonna want to put on here. That was $350. Oh, all the supporting pieces here.
Heim joints.
All the heim joints, the Kellers.
Miscellaneous.
Miscellaneous, yeah.
No, hit the Kellers. How much are Kellers?
Keller ball joints.
Alone.
Just for 4? Is that how many we got? We're $600. So we're at 600 plus heim joints. Remember that was
And miscellaneous hardware. How much do you think we have in hardware alone, Aaron? Like, honestly, that stuff adds up so quick between grade 8 stuff.
I think we're at 4 to 5, maybe 6 going in.
All the miscellaneous, the heim joints, nuts, bolts, tiny shit that you don't think that you make little trips to the store for. The Allen bolts for the portal brackets are metric.
Yeah.
And when you have this much stuff going on, right, on this build, you don't run just your basic ass plastic. So
What's going on with the plastics?
Oh,
you don't
yeah.
have to say what's going on because we'll wait for that in another video, but just how much do you have in what's going on with the plastics?
In just the plastics now, that's
About
about
700.
700. And that's not even the finished job. We still have more to do on top of that. So let's say plus 700, $500 in hardware. And now we're at 10,375, and we haven't even got to wheels and tires yet. Nor have we gotten to
Or the speakers.
or
and
the speakers,
battery,
which
the
yeah, you're not
winch.
going out there. Yeah, we don't have a battery yet. We don't have a winch that'll work no longer. So let's say to get actual wheels and tires for this, not used or anything, you're looking at about maybe lucky $2,800 upwards of $3,600.
For what size though? I mean, you got to tell them what sizes and stuff I mean, we're looking at. You don't have to tell them the exact size we're running if you want to keep that a secret, but
So with
I mean, are you good with that, Mr. Builderman?
That's fine.
With 8-inch portals, you can't just run 20-inch wheels. You have to run 22-inch wheels. 22-inch wheels, much longer. Much more expensive.
Oh, a big American, so long.
Oh, so long. 22-inch wheels, yeah, they are much longer, diameter-wise. But yeah, expensive. And with 22s, you have to get 22-inch tires, which are harder to get. One, especially in a shortage, supply and demand. It just goes up. And one thing, I know I'm rambling now, and maybe I'm just getting riled up. This is just parts. Again, that's not including labor, nor the cost of tools that you will need to accomplish everything.
Yeah. So I was about to say that's not cost of tools. Y'all gotta understand. Those of you who are fabricators and stuff like that and watch this video will understand. Like, we're not just talking shit, or even mechanics side will understand. We're not talking shit, but look,
Bottles, that stuff has to get refilled. Wire, that stuff. I mean, you know how much freaking wire and gas we've used just on this alone. I mean,
That's a lot.
that's just that. I mean,
So we're not even done with this one. Nor, I mean, technically are we done with the Rhino, but we're in about 15 grand into this build. Once it's all quote unquote said and done, spoken for. And
And you're
Yeah.
just now realizing that.
yeah,
I was about to say, I think it's funny.
this is the first time I've ever tallied it up myself.
In the paper.
It's the first time I've ever tallied it all up, and yeah, $15,000 is really depressing to me.
Yeah, so
Not including labor.
make sure to reiterate that.
Just gonna throw that in there.
Just reiterate it.
Throwing it in there. That's not including labor. Make a point of that.
that's why we're trying to get a merch store together so we can actually start paying this guy at least something. But
Tired of eating ramen noodles. Yeah, you can only give so many sad hand jobs. There's not enough tears in the world.
Anyway, we didn't make this video to flex. I swear to you. But we just seen something, and I'm gonna go ahead and just give a free shout out. Monster Z, I saw that y'all teamed up with somebody on these brute forces to make a bolt-on kit with portals, and it was like 7 grand. And the amount of negativity that got, we were just all three of us, we were just like, are you serious? Everybody is like, oh my god, so much money. Well, it costs money to go big.
And that's why we did this video. It's just so you guys can understand. Those of you who are like, oh, well, I can get in the garage and do that. No, by all means, we want you guys to get in the garage and do that. Like,
That's why we do what we do. We're freaking garage builders. We want you guys to get out there and do that. But before you start tackling projects, we want you to understand like the cost of going custom. And that's what this video is about. So don't let this discourage you. Those of you who are new to this, y'all can get away with bracket lifts and stuff like that. Or just if your machine will take portals and you can afford it, just do it. I mean, don't spend money on all this old stuff to go custom because it may not be worth it to you. It's worth it to dumbasses like us. So with that being said, we hope this helped you guys. Again, this wasn't a flex video, but if it came out that way,
that's why he wore the muscle tee.
it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? The shop is this big. Anyway, if you made it this far, we appreciate you guys' support all the time on every video. All the likes helps us out so much. We're so close to 1,000 subs. Please, please, please sub up. If this is your first vid, go check out other ones. Check us out on social media, the Facebooks, TikToks, Instagrams, Snapchats, all that good jazz. Notification bells, you know, hit that. Like I said, if it's the third video or something like that, hit that up. New merch coming soon. Guys, again, you made it this far. We appreciate it. Hope this didn't come off negatively, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
To get them for $1,500 or $1,200 or whatever we scammed you out of. Let's say you get that. Now you're at $5,500.